Now today class is affections of horn. There is absent of horn in a pole breed, right? In newborn, it's modified epithelium as bud. So bud is modified epithelium grows outward from the skin. Up to 2 months, bud not attached with skull. After 2 months, get attached with skull. So you can see here skin portion. This one is frontal sinus, and horn forming tissue as you can see here. And here you can see ear, and this one is part of brain. A corneal process covered with cornified epithelium. Frontal sinus gate opens into horn at 4 to 6 months. You can see here frontal sinus which opens into horn in the age of 4 to 6 months. Just you can see here horn. This one is bone and this one is frontal sinus that attach with horn at the age of 4 to 6 months. So one question is why to dehorn the word of cattle? So reason are can cause more severe injury to other cattle, especially in yards and during transportation. So due to injury to fight other cattle or during transportation, that will create, yeah, that creates a problem. Due to that, dehorning occurs, can damage hides and cause bruising, which reduce the value of carcasses. That is the one of the reason of dehorning. Are harder to handle in yards and cruises. That is the one of the cause. Can be potentially more dangerous to handles. This handling problem require more space at a feed through and on cattle trucks. So timing of debudding or dehorning. It is the best to dehorn calves at least than 2 months of age. The most suitable age for calves, lambs and kids are 5 to 15 days old. So they suffer less stress because they are more easily handled, and the preferred method causes little or no bleeding, heal quickly and do not result in any significant complication. That's why 5 to 15 days old is preferred for debudding in kids. Cattle should be dehorned on dry, cool days to allow the wound to dry quickly with the minimum risk of infection. So, preferably dehorning and dry and cool days. That environment prevent from the infection. The best time is late afternoon when fly activity is usually low. Never dehorn cattle in wet weather because the healing rate is decreased and the risk of infection increased. So avoid dehorning in rainy season. Debudding restraint calf. The calf head is moonward into the restraint and then chain is secured down over the calf crown. The restraint design ensure easy to assess the calf's horns. When the job is done, release the chain and the calf on its way. So this is the device for restraint for debudding the calf. Okay. So by chemical debudding, caustic potash stick or silver nitrate are caused to rub off the horn bud by chemical method. This method is very painful. Another method is hot iron. Various hot iron dehorning tools are available, including wood fire heated, LPG heated, button gas heated, and 12 and 24 volt electric models. Generally, these methods are best suited to calf up to 8 weeks of age. So hot iron you can also use, and electric models is used. That is electric model is used in debudding. So chemical method is more painful than hot iron or electric device. With the calf formally restrained and the iron heated to the cherry red color, apply to the iron firmly over the emerging horn bud. So red color iron heated apply for debudding, right? Roll the hot iron over the horn bud several times so that the ring of tissue around the bud is burned through the full thickness of the skin. Heat must be transferred eventually all the way around the horn bud to ensure that horn growth tissue is destroyed. So eventually heat transferred is must, otherwise very difficult to debudding. In due course, the horn bud will drop off. The benefits of this method of dehorning are that it can carried out at any time of the year. There is no loss of blood or no wound or become infected. So in hot iron or electric device used in debudding, that benefits for animals, and you can say no loss of blood and wound, no wound to become infected. You can use farrier knives to remove the bud. This will remove an elliptical pieces of skin with horn in the center. Before this, you can use local anesthesia If the cut has gone to near the edge of horn, that removed horn bird has incomplete ring of hair. Make another small cut to remove the skin to ensure no horn forming tissue is left from which a scar may grow. Avulsions of horn. Definition: separation of horny covering of the horn core due to injury is known as avulsions of horn. So treatment: if bleeding is there, then tourniquet is applied for about half an hour. Tourniquet is control the hemorrhage. The wound is cleaned with antiseptic lotion, then a moist antiseptic pad, softened lotion, and bandages applied. On subsequent day, the bandage is removed and while dressing or ointment is applied. Then horny tissue develop completely within few months. So in case of avulsions of horn, first if there is bleeding, then you can apply tourniquet, then apply antiseptic lotions, alternate day dressing, and you can see within few months develop horny tissue development. So fracture of horn. Incomplete fracture of horn involving its distal portion may heal if properly immobilized. Immobilization is difficult if the lower portion is involved. So if lower portion is involved, then immobilization is very difficult. Fracture of horn causes hemorrhage into the frontal sinus. Then bleeding from the nostril is one of the symptoms of notice. If there is bleeding of nostril in case of fracture, so you can't confuse with another disease or another injury. So frontal sinus attached with horn, if fracture is occur, then bleeding through the frontal sinus and nasal bleeding you can see. A possible complication is accumulation of blood in the frontal sinus causing purulent sinusitis and empyema of the sinus. If frontal sinus is in frontal sinus, accumulation of blood, and in a case of horn fracture, there is must to clear frontal sinus through flushing with normal saline or antiseptic solution is must, because if you leave as such, then that condition cause purulent sinusitis and empyema of the sinus. Amputation of horn is advisable if there is a fracture is not manageable. Incomplete fracture involving distal portion may set by applying POP together with metallic wooden splint or without splint. According to situation, you can apply a splint or without a splint, you can immobilize the fracture of horn. Complete fracture requires amputation of horn by flap method proximal to the fracture site. If there is, you can't manage a fracture with POP, then only one option, that is amputation of horn. Fracture of the broken tip of the horn is cut and a protective dressing is needed. You can see here, this is the management of horn fracture by POP. But in this case, not manageable, then amputate the horn. Sinusitis is a common sequel to dehorning in all species of animals. During amputation of horn, bone and sawdust and rain can enter into the sinus through the opening. So sometimes the animal may rub its head on the ground due to severe irritation, leading to entry of more debris into the sinus tract. So I have discussed and these things. If sinus is infected through dust, mud, and sawdust, that cause infection in sinus. Clinical signs include discharge run from the sinus opening when animal lowers the head. Occasionally, the sinus will become heavily infected, leading to profuse and purulent discharge. So, always take precautions during amputation of horn. You can see here there is a frontal sinus. This is a dorsal turbinate, ventral turbinate. This is a premaxilla, and this is cranial cavity, occipital bone, right? So ethmoid here, humulus of pterygoid, internal auditory meatus on the treatment comprises draining by opening the dehorning site, flushing it copiously with a disinfectant, and tipping the head to drain it on a daily basis until it dries up and drainage ceases. Occasionally, systemic antibiotics are also required. Chronic sinusitis is best treated by trepanation and lavage, administration of topical and systemic antibiotic and analgesic. If drainage persists, osteomyelitis may be developed, which can be best treated by surgical. So another affection is horn fissures. Fissures involving the horn or horn core may develop as a result of direct injury and appear as it's parallel to its long axis. So it is one of the type of fracture, that is horn fissure. Sign inflammation, that affected part, oozing of blood from the fissure part, pus formation in the area if it gets infected. So treatment, application of cooling ice pack in acute condition, astringent and antiseptic lotion. In septic cases, presence of pus, horn should cut and dress it aseptically. Horn cancer is a very common case. It is malignant in nature and originate from squamous cell lining of the core at the base of horn. So always remember, horn is a squamous cell carcinoma. It is generally a disease of adult cattle between 5 to 10 years. The tumor is observed in more commonly in long horn with coated breeds of cattle. Concurrent bullocks are more susceptible. Etiology, trauma, chronic irritation, pain, solar and radiation, virus. All are the etiology of horn cancer. So you can see here case of horn cancer. The affected animals show sign of painful manifested by keeping the head a little lower towards the affected sides, constant shaking of head, rubbing of horn on hard object, bloody discharge from the nostril, tilting of the horn on one side, separation of horn occurs at the base of the horn, and cauliflower-like growth is exposed, which bleed easily and give offensive smell due to secondary infection. So many cases in horn cancer, there is maggot infection is also occur. Then only one treatment of horn cancer is dehorning. The removal of the horn of an animal by a method which destroy the remove the keratin producing cells and a structure at the base of horn. So you can use during dehorning anesthesia, and you can use you have to block corneal nerve. After corneal nerve blocking, in case of goat, one nerve is also have to block, that is corneal branch of infratrochlear nerve in case of goat. You can see here corneal nerve block. You can see here corneal nerve. Corneal nerve block hold the animal in the standing or in recumbent position below the base of the horn after flapping the ski any level above the base or horn but below the seat of damage. An elliptical incision is given around the base of horn. Is the skin on both sides of the incision is referred to form a flap. So first make flap, then the expose the horn and it cut with saw or obstacle wire. If there is profuse bleeding, then you can use point firing. Complete growth along with affected part, frontal bones would be chiseled and wound created. Sinus is Thrombophleus to prevent the sinusitis or empyema in frontal sinus. The skin flap opposed together with mattress suture using non-absorbable suture material. A protective bandage should be applied after covering the wound with paraffin gauze. Appropriate measures should be taken to prevent secondary complications. So proper dressing is must. And if there is some infected material in frontal sinus, so the sinus, then there is need of proper flushing with normal saline and antiseptic of frontal sinus, and proper antibiotic and dressing is must for proper healing. And flare repellent is also used to prevent maggot infection. If there is bleeding after dehorning, then give hemostat. So regular inspected animal for 10 days and any infected wound treated. So this is all about affections of horn.